from my experience, there are a lot of people that get thrown into jobs where they are sole charge way too early. I mean, I don't know if I've ever told you the story, Brendan. I think I probably have, but there was a girl that called, I think she was working for, I won't say where, but she was working for a corporate practice, and she joined their grad scheme, and she had been put sole charge. And from what it sounded like, I think she was only a month or two qualified and she was on her own. And what had happened is she'd had this emergency come in, had absolutely no idea what to do, had panicked, and was trying to call round different practices to talk to another vet to say, what the hell do I do? Anyway, I ended up answering the phone. I was locuming in another practice, like, I don't know, 20 miles down the road. And she said, I'm really worried. I've got a cat with a diaphragmatic hernia and I don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, like, chill, it's fine. I said, is it on oxygen? How's its breathing? And she went, oh, its breathing's fine. And I was thinking, it's diaphragmatic hernia. So I said, okay, well, what makes you think it's a diaphragmatic hernia? And she said, well, it's off its back legs. And I thought, what? Okay, she's panicked. She's done pattern recognition with no experience and thought maybe it's been hit by a car because it's off its back leg, so it must have a diaphragmatic hernia. That must have been where her brain's gone because she's in panic mode, right? She's not thinking. So I was like, right, okay. So I said, okay, well, if it's off its back legs, I said, has it got any movement in those back legs? And she said, oh, no. And I thought, oh, okay, I think I know where this is going. I was like, right, can you feel her feet? I said, has she got any pain sensation in her feet? Are they cold? And she went, oh yeah, they're freezing cold. And no, I'm pinching her toes and she's not feeling anything. I was like, right, take her temperature. What's her temperature? She was like, oh, it's 32. And I thought, this is a thrombus. So I was talking her through the fact that it's likely an FATE, a saddle thrombus, whatever you want to call it. And she went, oh, I've forgotten all about those. And I thought, literally just because she'd done that typical thing where
Yeah,
she was
it's
trying to
hard.
figure it out really fast. But again, if she'd have had no one to speak to, she would have been x-raying that cat for a diaphragmatic hernia, not knowing what she was looking for in the x-rays because she was panicking, when actually the cat should have been euthanized from the get-go. She hadn't given any pain relief either because she didn't know what was going on. So, but that's what I mean. You do not want to get yourself in those sort of situations because starting your new job is scary enough as it is, even when you have that support. So if you are left on your own, it is terrifying. And honestly, a day like that is enough to put a vet off their career for the rest of their life. And it is not worth risking it.